Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Blackburn here. We're going to continue the lesson with analogies today with word meaning and vocabulary, analogies lesson number 7. Let's go ahead and begin. You can see analogies, word meaning and vocabulary number 7. So our learning goal will be the same as yesterday's. Students will be able to identify analogies and understand how two words are related. The success criteria, I can identify how two words in an analogy are related and replicate that relationship with a different word pair. So let's take a look at some analogies. Today we have tardy is to early as abundant is to rare. So this is how we read the analogy again, but this is, however, how we write it with the colon. Tardy is to early, so here's the first word pair we have, as abundant is to rare. So however these two words go together, that relationship, the other two words have to go together and relate in the exact same way. So if you are tardy, that means you're late. And early would be the opposite or an antonym. So the relationship here are opposites or antonyms. So that means that these two words must be antonyms or opposites as well. If something is abundant, that means you have lots and lots of them. And then if something is rare, that means there's hardly any of them. So these are the questions we ask ourselves when we are looking at the relationships with the analogies. What did you notice about the words tardy and early? Well, we noticed that they are opposites, they're antonyms. How are the words abundant and rare related? Well, they are also opposites, they are antonyms. And what do you call two pairs of words that are related in the same way? We have two pairs of words, they're related in the exact same way. That means that they are analogies. Okay, did you know? Analogies are not always synonyms. Sometimes we get that confused. They're not always synonyms. They're not always antonyms. Dull is to keen as ancestor is to descendant. Let's take a look at this analogy here. So how are the words dull and keen related? If something is dull, well, when I think of dull, I'm going to use my background knowledge here. I know I've had a dull pencil before and it didn't write very well, so it wasn't sharp. Dull is to keen. Dull is to keen. So I'm thinking these words are opposite. Keen is a wow word for sharp. So these must be opposites. As ancestor is to descendant. So an ancestor is a relative that has passed away. That came before you, and a descendant is someone who would be a relative that is after you. So it would be like your child, a child that you have. So it would be like you to your parents would be a descendant. So these would be opposites and antonyms as well. Let's try some more. Routine is to habit. As examine is to, so let's think about this. How are the first two words related? We have a routine, and it becomes a habit. So let's see. Routine, habit. These, could we say, are synonyms? They're not antonyms, are they? And we could say those are synonyms. If we examine something, what's another word for examine? We can't say, when we use antonyms or analogies, we can't put several words here. So if some of you are thinking to look closely, that wouldn't work because to look closely, that's 3 words. So we have to think of one word that we could put over here that would be a synonym for examine. Maybe a word like inspect. So routine is to habit, as examine is to inspect. Very good. That would work. All right, let's look at the next one. Deny is to oppose. Deny and oppose. How do the words deny and oppose relate to each other? Are those synonyms? Deny, if you deny something, do you oppose it? Yes, those would be synonyms. So if you destroy something, what would be a synonym for destroy? Maybe ruin, shatter, smash, demolish. Any of those words would work to complete that analogy. Right, very good. Let's look at this last one. Simple is to challenge, as distant is to. So how do these two words relate? Simple is to challenge. If something is simple, is it a challenge? No, those would be opposites, wouldn't they? So what's the opposite of distant? Close, nearby, neighboring. Very good. All right, we did very well on these. All right, in summary, analyze the relationship between the first two words and replicate that relationship for the second pair to create an analogy. When you are finished, you will complete a puzzle piece as an assessment. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some more analogies here like we did yesterday. So we have some that we can zoom in on here. These are some task cards I had in the classroom. So we have peace is to calm as contentment is to. So how do peace and calm go together? We have our choices of sadness, happiness, war, and boredom. Peace and calm, are those synonyms for each other? Are words that mean about the same? Peace and calm. Okay. Contentment. If you are content, that's the base word there, contentment. Are you feeling sad? No. Happiness? Perhaps. War? No. Boredom? No. So the best choice there would be happiness. Good. So peace and calm, contentment, and happiness. Peace is to calm as contentment is to happiness. Fabulous. All right, let's look at the next one. We have clown is to circus as prisoner is to criminal, justice, jail, police. How do the first two relate? A clown and circus. Okay, well, are they synonyms or antonyms? No, they're not. You see a clown at a circus. Okay, so the clown is at the circus. You would see a prisoner at a criminal, justice, jail, police. You'd see a prisoner at a jail. Very good. All right. I hope you're getting better at analogies and having some fun with them. Maybe you can create your own as a challenge and perhaps send them to your teacher if your teacher wants you to do that. Like I said, you will have a puzzle piece that will be your assessment activity for the week. And I hope you have a great weekend and enjoyed this activity. I will see you later. Again, this is Mrs. Blackburn.